Ashley. I'm an assistant teen librarian at the Clinton-Macomb Public Library, here with our first video game chat. Today we're going to be talking about Call of Cthulhu Xbox One version. So yeah, first off, I loved this game. If you want to watch me play the first 3 chapters to see if it's something you're interested in checking out from the library, the link to our Twitch and YouTube is in the description. Me and Bobbert, we stream every Thursday, and we're starting to take votes to see what game we will play next. So keep an eye out on Instagram and Twitter for those polls. Now, on to the game. It was amazing. It was amazing. I already like the Call of Cthulhu world, even though I have to Google every time I need to spell the word Cthulhu. I've tried to read a few of H.P. Lovecraft's short stories, which, if you want to read them, we have the audiobooks of Lovecraft short stories and his other works via ebook on Hoopla, but I've never been able to get into his writing style. Also, disclaimer, he was super racist, even for his time, so that makes it even harder to get into the original Lovecraft stories. But I love the way people have taken his original stories and the creatures he wrote about and have remade them into video games, tabletop role-playing games, books, podcasts, and other stories. Yeah, I may not like Lovecraft that much, but I love modern Lovecraftian horror. So the first chapter of this game has a case that he worked on. Not shown, but where the wife runs away with her girlfriend. So modern Lovecraftian horror is very different from what Lovecraft originally intended, but, you know, death of the author and all that. But yeah, I really started to get into Lovecraftian horror, even though I actually don't like horror that much as a genre either, just because of the Call of Cthulhu tabletop role-playing game, which I'm doing a one-shot campaign of on Monday, July 20th from 3 to 5. So you guys should definitely come and register for that on the event page. The link to that event is going to be in the description, so I hope I see you guys there. It's going to be super fun. I've played it before, and I'm really excited to be the game master for you guys for this time. But yeah, so I thought that playing this video game was super awesome. I could see how the stats from the tabletop game were incorporated into the gaming system in a really easy, fun way. It was super intuitive and easy to figure out. I will say as a hint, if you play the game, add points into occultism and medicine at the beginning of the game, because those are the only 2 stats you can't add to later in the game with CP or character points. You do get at least like 6, 8 by the time you get to chapter 4, which is like a whole level up for most of the stats. But I realized while I was playing the game, I couldn't add them to medicine or occultism, and medicine actually comes up surprisingly often. I thought it was going to be like, you know, how to heal people, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But it's more, how did this thing die, what made these wounds, etc. But yeah, so I'm recording this the day after playing yesterday. If you watch the video, you'll see I only got to chapter 4, so I played through the first 3 out of 14. So I played for 2 hours. So if all of the chapters are about the same length, I'm going to guess you can play this game from start to finish in about like 9 to 10 hours. It's a very story-driven game, so if you only like open world games, you might not like this one. But I thought the story was super interesting, super compelling, and I definitely want to play the next 8 hours I have left of the game. Pierce is a private detective and takes a case from a distraught father after his daughter and her family, the Hawkins, die. So, and as you play, you find out more about the Hawkins family, and you also have to deal with terrifying visions. But yeah, if I was rating this game, I would go with a 4.5 or honestly even 5, just because I enjoyed it so much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Robert's going to be playing a new game this Thursday, so be sure to watch us live at cmplya.twitch.tv. See you guys later.